Hey, what's up guys? Lightsaber Samurai here. I'm back again for another video, and things have been crazy around the gamer sphere on YouTube. If you've been paying attention, it's been all about the Nintendo 3DS right now. I've been seeing tons of coverage from excellent channels like my boy Professor Joe Casey, been giving us game on the Nintendo 3DS. Mr. Right Way has been covering 3DS on his channel. I believe I saw some stuff from Gaming Off the Grid, and of course in particular Zach Crystal has been crushing it on YouTube when it comes to all things Nintendo 3DS. I've been seeing all the topics. They've recently made some new games for the system via courtesy of Limited Run. They've been giving us game on the 3D Store's eShop closing, and all the hidden gems, all of that stuff. Everybody's going for full collections, whatever the case. I'm telling you all of that though because my advice, skip all of that for now. You should be collecting for these systems instead. Let's talk about it. Okay, so I'm saying if you already have a 3DS, you already got some games where you already been collecting for the system, it's not a bad idea to not heed the warnings and that everybody's been sounding off on. But this is a classic case of everybody zagging, so it's time for us to zig. So we are going to talk about some consoles that are being overlooked because we're seeing all of this hype with the Nintendo 3DS. And the first system I want to talk about is the PlayStation 4. Guys, the PlayStation 4 came out in like 2013, 2014. PS5 has been out for like a year now. This is the time to collect PS4 games. We haven't seen any like holy grails emerging yet for the most part. There's a couple of rare titles out there like the Godzilla game, like the Berserk game and the Band of the Hawk. There's a few games out there that's starting to edge up in price, but for the most part, games are readily available and games are cheap right now. So while the PlayStation 4 has been out for a while, and I think it's nearing the end of its, initial life cycle, there are still games being made for it, but now we're in that point in time where we're seeing cross-platform titles, where we're seeing games being made for the PS4 and the PS5. The thing about it, the PS4, is it already has a ginormous library of games, over 2,000 at this point, and because of that, there's tons of games that went under the radar and that a lot of people just didn't pick up. So let's talk a few predictions, shall we? Okay, you got under the radar games like this one here, Onechanbara Z2 Chaos. This is the special edition that I got in this special box. Comes with a bunch of extra goodies. I picked this up for like $30 or so. This is a series that pretty much commands like the higher price. The Onechanbara games tend to be the more uncommon, just kind of more expensive games. It's just a series that's kind of known for that. So this is one you should definitely pick up. The PS4 had a ton of excellent shooters, in particular this Raiden 5 Director's Cut here. Again, the Raiden series is another series that usually keeps its value or demands a higher price. I'm thinking about the Raiden game that I have on the Xbox 360 that's somewhere around $40 to $60. Of course, you got like the Raiden Project on PS1 that's up there in price. A lot of the Raiden titles tend to rise in price or at least hold their value over time. This is one that you can get less than $20. You should pick Raiden up. Sakura Wars. All the Sakura Wars games on the PS2 and other systems tend to be, sort of expensive. I think Sakura Wars So Long My Love is hovering around $80 right now, and so this is another series that tends to rise in price over time. You can get the PS4 version of Sakura Wars. You can see this one's still sealed. I picked this up brand new for $20, and it's still going for that $20-$30 mark brand new. Definitely guys, the Gravity Rush titles, Gravity Rush Remastered. Of course, this is a remaster of a game that's expensive on the Vita. The Vita version of Gravity Rush is hovering around $60 right now, and I think this version is doing the same. I blew the bread on this at GameStop and went ahead and spent like $45 on it. Spent also about $40 for Gravity Rush 2. This one is uncommon. Both of these are uncommon. I don't really see the Gravity Rush games on store shelves anymore. Again, this is a remaster of a rare game. This is the sequel to a rare game, and it's kind of a niche title, the Gravity Rush game, so they're not like critically acclaimed or anything. The people who play them are in the know. Definitely pick these up. Okay, we gotta talk about Atlas titles. I got two of the best on the PS4 right here, starting with Persona 5 Royal. This is the Steelbook edition that I picked up for, says $28.99. I think I got some money off on it as I used some GameStop points. 13 Sentinels, Aegis Rim. 13 Sentinels, again, this is like the special edition that comes with the book and the sleeve and all that. Picked this up for $20 like 2 years ago for a Black Friday sale. Again, you see those Atlas titles on the case. What do I always say? If you see Atlas, you buy Atlas. I guarantee you these will be expensive in the future. Okay, last but not least, let's talk about some more remasters. On the original Xbox, these are two of the most expensive games on the system. You got Metal Wolf Chaos XD, which is a remaster of Metal Wolf Chaos on the OG Xbox. That version on the OG Xbox going for $250 to $350 right now. Stubbs the Zombie always hovers around about $100. Again, $20 brand new. I think this one is also going for about $20 right now. These are PS4 remasters of some of the OG Xbox's most expensive games. Why wouldn't you pick these up? So yeah, again, PlayStation 4, I mean, just tons and tons of titles to get for PS4 right now. I can rattle off, I can make this whole video about PS4, but let's talk about some other systems that you should be collecting right now for the cheap. Okay, so real quick, let's talk about PlayStation 3. If you guys have been following my channel for a while, you'll remember about a year ago where I did a bunch of videos about PlayStation 3 games and how they were rising in price, and how the fluctuation was crazy due to Sony announcing the store closing and all the stuff with the CMOS battery, all the pandemonium about that. You may know the heavy hitters. I've got a bunch of them here, like Persona 4 Arena Ultimax, Asura's Wrath here, Folklore, Lollipop Chainsaw, and 3D Game Heroes, to name a few. Well, if you remember what I was talking about price-wise on some of those, most of these were 100 plus, anywhere from $80 to $150 at that time. Now people have pretty much forgotten about PS3 again. People are no longer talking about it. All of these games have sank. Most of them, I've seen Persona 4, which was once $120. People are letting that go for $50, $60 right now. Same thing with games like 3D Game Heroes and Lollipop Chainsaw. If you guys waited like I told you to, then pat yourself on the back. You can now grab these games for a fraction of the cost that they were at the height of all the pandemonium. And not only that, the PS3 has a huge library of a bunch of kind of rare and quirky, uncommon games that you can pick up as well, all going for a great price. Again, there's not that many holy grails on the PS3 right now either, and so I mean, pretty much with $100 you can pretty much buy any game in the library. So definitely, if you've been keeping your head down from PS3, now is the time to snatch that up one more time before the prices rise for good. Okay guys, and last but not least, we gotta talk about all things Microsoft, okay? People, I don't know what it is with the Xbox. I get it. You know, I also believe the PS4 was a lot better than the Xbox One, but Xbox One games, I pretty much have the system for the backwards compatibility and for the exclusives, and the library is dirt cheap right now. I mean, you look at the Xbox counterparts compared to the PlayStation counterparts, 9 times out of 10, the Xbox versions are always going to be cheaper, which is crazy because usually Xbox has the better running system. Games are more easily optimized for Microsoft systems. We definitely saw that in the 7th generation with the Xbox 360 and the PlayStation 3. There are tons of third-party titles that I choose to play on the Xbox 360 simply because they run better and they're like half the price. On the Xbox One, again, I basically collect exclusives for it. Exclusives like Killer Instinct, the Definitive Edition, Sunset Overdrive, Recore, and the 2 State of Decay games, just as an example. And all these games here in my hand, that's probably about $60 worth of games right there, maybe $70. And I guarantee you all of these games become pricey in the future because you can only play them on the Xbox One, and I guess the Series X also. But they only came out on Microsoft systems, okay? You can't get them anywhere else. So the Xbox One definitely is a system to collect for. The story is the same across Microsoft's library though. The Xbox 360, the most expensive games on the Xbox 360 are like $100, and that'll get you any game in the collection. The original Xbox, you got some more heavy hitters like the aforementioned Metal Wolf Chaos. You got things like the Outrun Coast to Coast, which is a little expensive. Futurama. There's a few games that Utage 2. There's a few games that have since broke $100, but for the most part, $100 bill can get you pretty much any game in those libraries. The Microsoft systems, for whatever reason, just don't get the respect they deserve when it comes to pricing, but that's good for us because, you know, that just makes the games cheaper for us. And like I said, with everybody talking about everything else, people just forget about Microsoft, and I don't know why. But if you want some of these great games, especially those third-party titles like Ashura's Wrath or whatever the case, if there's an Xbox version, Def Jam Fight for New York is half the price as the PS2 version. Again, if you want the cheaper version, that's usually the more optimized version. Again, the Xbox is where it's at across all systems. Okay guys, I do believe that's all I got for you in this video, but let's talk about it in the comment section below. Questions, comments, concerns, threats. What are some more consoles that you can collect for cheaply in 2022? Again, if you guys like this content, go ahead, hit that like button and subscribe if you haven't done so already. You'll be glad you did. I do believe that's all I got for you. Lightsaber Samurai out. Peace.